Boy, that was refreshing, wasn't it, boys and girls here? I'm saying, what else is refreshing? Satisfying. It's another edition of Butch On Sports on the Thursday edition here. Simply Butch is here to give it to you here, and as always, boys and girls, thanks for tuning in. Yes. Thursday, almost Friday, and some days off. Oh boy. Let's get to some sports news here. Let's start off with the Pistons. On a good note here. Pistons played last night. They started off a momentous beginning of the 2018-19 season with honoring Aretha Franklin, playing a recording of a singing of the national anthem. Isaiah Thomas was there. He spoke briefly, asked for a moment of silence for it. And with no additional announcement, the recording of Franklin singing the national anthem began playing while the picture was scrolling on the scoreboard screen. Oh boy. The mic was left unattended at mid-court while the anthem was playing there. I mean, talk about some respect. That was pretty nifty. The Pistons, they did survive a wicked, a wicked moment with the Brooklyn Nets there. They got a 103-100 victory on opening night at the Little Caesars Arena. Pistons were led by Blake Griffin with 26 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Andre Drummond in that forward task of some good big man work, added 24 points, 20 rebounds, and guess what, boys and girls? He was 1 for 3 from the three-point line. There you go here. 33.3%. Oh boy. Things can only get, I don't know. On the other interest, something else there. Oh boy. And I have to mention this particular scene that I saw watching Tully at the end of the game. It seemed like a play was called for the Pistons to when and I'll set you up here. Brooklyn Nets had the ball with so many seconds left in the game, and it was a time for the Pistons clamp up on defense. There was some alternatives to be had, and the original plan was when they got the ball was to foul them. Only giving them 2 shots or basically setting up a trick play for a rebound. But with the amount of seconds in the game, that was the Pistons' plan. Blake Griffin, he got all into the face of Glenn Robinson III's face after the game, and he was kind of pretty leaked off there. If that's the tone of the beginning of the season for Detroit Pistons, a fine detail in there and standing up and tearing in somebody's rear end in public, I'm all with it here, as long as it brings a win. Yes, indeed. With the Pistons up by 3, they planned a media foul, and they didn't get a chance to do that. And where I saw it on the television screen was very simple. If he had fouled him, it would have been in danger of maybe this guy getting 3 shots. And that would have tied the score. So, I understand what was planned in the huddle. And they did it once he got the ball, not in the act of shooting. That would have been all cool. But allow the play to go on, and then you talk about fouling somebody here. Boy, you better play some defense. Pistons got away with one. Again, a win is a win, boys and girls. I'm all in favor. Speaking of controversial moments here, how about the playoffs in baseball? Oh yeah, playoffs in baseball. Most recent one was Wednesday night when a ball was hit off Jose Altuve, was denied of a home run because of fan interference. Joe West called him out. Joe West gets in a whole lot of trouble here lately here. And I don't know why. But he's a senior man of the Major League Baseball. And seems to me when I've met him a couple of times, it's only been very frequent as long as he's been doing this here. Very pleasant, kind of big guy here, enjoys his food. I don't know. But you don't need to let things bother him. But, and I looked at it very closely. The ball clearly went in the stands. Mookie Betts did not have control of the ball. Thus, a fan can, somewhat, partake. Now, I guess the question is that maybe a fan had put their hands over the railing where the baseball, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, would have changed its flight in the Mookie Betts' glove. Again, it did touch his glove, but then went in the stands and the fans went wild and gave them a free souvenir, which, by the way, the ball ended up going back on the field of play. Fan interference, huh? That all kind of messed it up. Need I say more? Boston still wins the game here. And they got a 3-1 lead. And they can kind of do damage tonight in a game that's right now being played in Houston. Nothing is the score. I do believe they're going into the bottom of the second inning there while we're talking. Boston can win and go about their business and wait for the potential winner of the National League, which, by the way, that is in dire strait as well. Oh, yeah. By the way, in the Houston game tonight, Carlos Correa, who had 3 hits the night before, is now pushed in the cleanup spot. So talk about desperation there. Justin Verlander, by the way, is pitching for the Houston Astros. Price is pitching for Boston. And Houston has to win tonight to keep every doggone thing in perspective. Now, I talked about the Milwaukee Brewers, too, here. They began an incredible surge there. They was winning games left and right. I mean, put a streak together. Yeah, I think 13 games in a row. Then after that, they haven't, showed up. Not scoring too many runs. 8 hits in one of the games. That was the 2-1 loss to L.A. That was on Tuesday. But on Wednesday, it continued with the quickness here. And L.A. is just, going about their merry business of getting this series over and done with. That will continue on Friday, boys and girls. Yes, Friday in Milwaukee. Milwaukee has their field. All they got to do is win 2 and or something. And they're cool. So good luck in that particular series as well there. Red Wings I'm looking at right now here, and Tampa Bay has a 1-0 lead as we sit up there, and I do believe they are have to be in the second period here. In the meanwhile, I'll let you know that Seaboard Selak has been sent down. He's the defenseman for the Red Wings. He's been sent down to Grand Rapids. Selak has skated 6 games for the Wings and started this season here, making his NHL debut on the home opener on the 4th against the Blue Jackets. And he's a pretty doggone steady defenseman. But you can tell he's a rookie, and when rookies get out there, maybe regardless of how he looked on the first night he looked absolutely fabulous there. And put in some time, 19.23 seconds of time on the average on those 6 contests he played in there. He got only 6 minutes in penalties. That's not bad at all for a defenseman if he's doing what he's supposed to do. But he's sent up. We'll find out who they sent down or who's going to be available, either Cromwell or I know Erickson might be on the men as well. But they're playing the Lightning tonight. They haven't won a game this year. They're 0-4-2 is their record. And right now they seem to be faring well. Only down by one. So we'll keep that a watch on that particular here, okay? In this particular game, fairly well for that one there. Red Wings are losing right now. Can we go on? Yes, we talked about almost everybody but the Tigers here right now. Have I talked about the Tigers? No. Do I plan on to? No. Detroit Lions, they continue their preparation for the Miami Dolphins today, practicing in shorts at the team's headquarters and training facility in Allen Park. Lions will return from a bye week to take the trip down to Miami Beach, or a little bit away from there, I should say, and some nice toasty weather. Average right now during the year, right now this time of year in Miami should be like 77 degrees. But lately here it's been a little rise in heat, and been hot down there, 80-something degrees, and I'm not complaining. But this will mark the 12th time of these two particular franchises meeting. Okay, Miami, most recent contest, Detroit defeated Miami 20-16 at Ford Field on the November the 9th, 2014. Now, with all that saying here, we got to look at the injury report. And here are the following. Theo Reddick, knee, did not practice. Ezekiel Onside, shoulder, participated in limited practice. Eli Harrell, not injury related, okay? Running back Kerryon Johnson, his ankle, by the way, and T.J. Lang, concussion. Tight end Michael Roberts, his knee. Teeth Talbert, his groin, and Tavon Wilson, back. They all participated today in a full practice. So hip hip hooray for that particular one, as the dealing is the Lions trying to make being legit now. And the Miami Dolphins is not a joke, not just too much this year. They're very, very competitive. You know, this is a year after you get rid of Ndamukong Suh, and I don't, although Suh is doing pretty good with the Rams right now there, and of course they're undefeated. You're getting the normal penalties and attention that everybody knows in the NFL. He's one of the best linemen around. And I'm not mad with him. Close to home in Oregon. Oh, boy. Need I say more? Need I say more indeed? Thursday is kind of, like I said, wiki-wacky here. Not too much going on, but enough going to kind of have a conversation. And maybe my conversation is tonight basically it's a simple one here. Just have a conversation. Today I was at the famous barbershop getting my hair all lined it up and everything to go here. And I gotta have a conversation like in the old days where you can, we're looking at all the sports teams that Detroit harbors now is in the downtown area. However, the bus system is so jacked up out of shape. If you don't live in the outskirts of Detroit, you might get downtown and hopefully get a bus to take you back home or in a limited type of 24-hour service what they used to have long, long time ago. When we went to Tiger Stadium and such as that, we could take the bus, walk down the street and walk back to the bus stop, and knowing that a bus or somebody of transportation was thorough enough to get you back where you came from. SIMTA is a joke with the Diamond River area when it comes down to getting to downtown Detroit after a certain time. They're no longer reliable. You can no longer take a SIMTA downtown Detroit from downriver. Now, whoever co-cut that one, then that was just a joke. However, you can get to a certain spot on the downriver bus to catch the 4th Street bus, which is a Detroit bus, to get downtown. An extra bus, slower service, and the convenience that you just get the symptom that should go downtown doesn't do it. But they're getting all these nice little raises and stuff that we, the voters, vote on for them to improve their service. And it doesn't do a doggone bit of good. If you wanted to take the bus downtown Detroit to go see the Lions, if you live in downriver, you can. Like I said, you can catch the 4th Street bus, Fort Narda Drive, get off the Wonder bus, which is by way of slower service, and don't go downtown. Whether you wanted to go to church and go through downriver, I don't know. That got to improve. I mean, Detroit said, well, this particular company don't want to move here. Right. How can people get to work? Day or night? You punish people at night who have to go in and try to make a living. Needless to say more, our sports team should have that same amount of respect, too. We can go into a game and some bus service available for that alternative. To go downtown and spend $20 that you don't have, you know, and then you already bought tickets and have to eat or have some type of refreshment to go along with it, to have a night on the town, sometimes it can be very taxing indeed to the old pocketbook. And if you don't have that income that can subsidize maybe a night out on the town like that, and where your money is dependent on elsewhere, somewhere else, well, do you have cable? Because even that, you're paying a surplus fee for Fox Sports and this local doggone programming with some of the cable companies. Yeah, you didn't know that? Okay, I spoke my piece. Let's kind of like get together here and see if some of the bus companies can do a lot better job when it comes down to games on game day, that more convenient transportation is given and more alternatives are given to our communities and our fans who support these teams, but shouldn't be dictated if they should take the car or you having the availability to have a bus ready for them and get home safely. That's all I've got to say. It's only Thursday. In the meanwhile, boys and girls, we're looking at bottom of the second inning. Houston has a man on base. That's all I can tell you there. And the Red Wing game, by the way, indeed. Not going too far from that here. Still 1-1. Yes, Detroit has tied the score. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely indeed? I tell you, nothing can get better than that here. I'm out of here, boys and girls, with this edition of Butch On Sports. Yes, we will be with you Friday, late Friday night, early Saturday morning. Give you some sports news. Yes, again, you can check out Butch On Sports on Facebook. You can also go to Podomatic.com. Type in SIMPLYBUTCHTOO.Podomatic.com. Oh, yes. You can go to the game show. That's our show that we do every Monday. Oh yeah, Scott Nason, Dave McKay, Mr. Russell, and a host of thousands here. Okay, that show's on Monday, 6 o'clock, and our podcast version at 7, or internet version, I should say. Oh boy, live. Hey, and by the way, you can also go to iTunes and also to Podbean, where a lot of the shows of familiarity hooked up to the game is on the air for your dining and dancing pleasure to play it anytime you want. Hey, I am done for Thursday. Check you out Friday night, Saturday morning. High school sports is happening. We'll try to have as many finals as we possibly can. And don't forget that Sunday is upcoming. We'll find out who's going, who, where, what, and how. Bye-bye. Butch On Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Productions. Hey, hey.